What's up, everybody? Welcome to Top 10 Character Moments. Today we're breaking down my list for the top 10 best moments of Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow. Be sure to tune in every Friday to watch my latest top 10 video. In each video, I will break down my list for a specific character's best moments and why I like them so much. Just remember, this is my personal list, so you don't have to agree with it, but I ask you respect my opinions as I will respect yours. Now, for those who don't know, I'm Ryan Brower. This year, I'm trying to reach 150 subscribers on this channel. We're over halfway there, you guys, so I highly encourage you guys to subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you have subscribed, share it with your friends, your family, your neighbors. Tell them all to subscribe to Top 10 Character Moments. And then tell them to go to my other YouTube channel called Sector for Nerds and tell them to subscribe there as well, as I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers over there by the end of this year. Alright, you guys, let's get into some honorable mentions, shall we? First up, defeating Happy in seconds. Now, when Natasha first shows up in Iron Man 2, I don't know that she's this trained assassin. So she gets in there and I'm like, whoa, okay, sick. Next up, her interrogation scene. Was this woman ever really in danger? I mean, she took care of those guys no problem, all while being tied down to a chair. Next, kissing Steve Rogers. Not because she liked him, but because public affections make people uncomfortable. Gotta do what you gotta do to blend in when Hydra agents are after you. And finally, giving Ronan, aka Hawkeye, hope. I mean, that's like her best friend right there, and he was heading down a dark path. Thankfully, Natasha was able to change that. Alright, you guys, let's get into the top 10 list itself. You guys ready? Here we go. At number 10, explaining her past to Bruce Banner. I like this scene because there aren't many people in the world that get Natasha to open up. So the fact that she trusted Bruce like that, it's good stuff, you know? At number 9, defeating a bunch of security guards. This was the Black Widow's first big action scene in the MCU, and it did not disappoint. By the time Happy took out one guard, Natasha took care of the entire squad. Talk about a badass. At number 8, outsmarting Dreykov. Just when you thought this creep had everything working out for him and going his way and nothing would go wrong for him, Natasha said, "Hold my beer," severing the nerve that prevented her from hurting Dreykov and started to hurt him. At number 7, defeating Taskmaster. I love how at the end she apologizes, considering Taskmaster is actually Dreykov's daughter, a storyline that was sort of teased in the Avengers movie a little bit. Someone who was presumed to be dead because of Natasha, but it turned out she wasn't dead. They had a fight and Natasha won. Good stuff. At number 6, becoming the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, from a certain point of view anyway. After the snap, there were very few Avengers left, but the ones that were there continued to put in the work. Black Widow being one of them. Anything going on involving crime, she wanted to know about. She was basically trying to run her own version of S.H.I.E.L.D., all while being miserable because half of her Avengers family was gone. Also, a big peanut butter sandwich lover as well. The more you know. At number 5, outsmarting Loki. Okay, first off, I love the first Avengers movie. So much so, it's one of the only Marvel movies I can probably quote most of the movie by memory. Second, this scene is brilliant. Loki thinks he knows it all because he's possessed a lot of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, including Hawkeye. So he gets cocky and arrogant and he ends up slipping. Natasha turning her back to him, sounding like she's crying and saying, "You're a monster." And Loki goes, "Oh no, you brought the monster." Natasha turns around and is like, "Oh, so unleashing Banner was your plan." And Loki was like, "Well, shit, I screwed that up." Though downside for Natasha is, even though she figured it out, Loki's plan still kind of ended up working the way it was supposed to. At number 4, defeating a possessed Hawkeye. Barton launches a surprise attack on the helicarrier, leaving the Avengers caught by surprise and spread thin. Luckily, the Black Widow was able to help her best friend by defeating him in combat and knocking him out cold. Doing so managed to break Loki's mind control of him. Need I also remind y'all that Natasha was dealing with the Hulk just before this, so the fact that she was able to get her head back in the game so quickly was incredible, especially with how shaken up she looked. At number 3, helping Captain America escape. The only thing standing in the way of Cap and Bucky from getting on that Quinjet was the Black Widow. But just when you think she's gonna zap the Cap with those electric darts, look at me rhyme, she fires them at the Black Panther instead. And I sat there whispering to myself, yes, because I'm a big Captain America fan, you see. And it makes sense that she helped him. I mean, the two are really good friends, as evident in previous Marvel movies. At number 2, it was real to me too. This was my favorite scene in the Black Widow movie, a movie that, in my opinion, was 5 years too late at the time it released. However, this scene was character bonding gold. After the dust settled and the battle was over, Natasha finds her sister, Yelena, asks for her forgiveness, and tells her that their time together was real to her too. because throughout the entire movie, Natasha didn't like being around her family because she felt none of it was real. But deep down, she cared about them, specifically Yelena. This was a heart-to-heart moment between two sisters, and really the only time we get to see something like this happen between the two, considering what happens to Natasha. What happened to Natasha, some might ask? Well, what a coincidence. I was just about to talk about it. Because at number 1 for my favorite Black Widow moment, look at that segue, her sacrifice. I love and hate this moment all at the same time. I hate it because we lost 2 amazing characters to this stupid soul stone, but I also love this because it shows how much Clint and Natasha care for one another. It honestly felt like they were trying to kill each other for the chance to kill themselves. Much different than the way Thanos went about business for this stone. Natasha proved to be better, and hence why she was the one that made the sacrifice. And that sacrifice helped bring back half the universe. I don't know, seems like a big deal to me. So there you have it, guys. That's my list for the top 10 Black Widow moments. Stay tuned every Friday to watch the latest episode of Top 10 Character Moments. And next week, I will be breaking down my picks for the Smuggler Han Solo. Thank you all for watching, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.